Hey, what's going on YouTube, or should I say my truth seekers? This is your boy Mel. I'm back with another episode with Truth 101. I appreciate the feedback, the views, the subscribers on the first video. I think right now, when I last looked, it was over like 5,000 views. It's just crazy. I was just expressing my opinion and just speaking my mind on how I felt, my opinions and everything. I got some positive and negative feedback, and I appreciate everything that I got back. Some people weren't happy about the whole Section 8 thing, how I felt like it was a positive thing, but, I was laying my views out and so forth, and that's just what it is. And I appreciate the comments on everybody, putting things, putting their 2 cents in as far as, their perspective and how it impacts them and negatively and positively, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I see a lot of people didn't watch the whole video, which is very obvious by some of the comments. People's like, oh, disability. What about the other people? Obviously, didn't watch the whole video, because that's with the exception of them. And some people thought I was just talking about black women, and they didn't watch the whole video. And when I was talking about black women, I was saying it impact the black community the most, and I think it would be more beneficial to us, so that way we don't have to rely on that. But that's either here nor there. But today's video, I'm going to be talking about the bigger picture of why this Section 8 is being reduced and taken from the people. And it's part of the bigger picture. That's part of the reason why I named this channel Truth 101, because I'm here to give you the uncut, raw truth. None of that propaganda, bullshit, watered down crap. The news media is owned by the Jews, that propagandize everything and try to just distort everybody's, mind and perception of what's really going on. And today, I'm going to open everybody's eyes. You know what I'm saying? And I'm going to go further into why that, the saying, history repeats itself. And it's just true. This country was founded on slavery, and we about to go back into that. Say what? Yeah, we about to go back into that. Stay tuned.
President Obama authorizes slave labor.
No, keep on that.
Wait a minute, give me a minute. Just give me a minute.
Okay.
My eyes deceiving me. Executive Order 13603. Obama authorizes slave labor on a large scale on American soil. Say what? President Obama signed his own executive order, which allowed for the president to enact slave labor on a large scale on American soil. For the Americans who have been targeted for Fema Camp detention. Fema Camp detention?
Mm-hmm.
So now we have the people who are going to clean the roads. Is this modern day CC camps?
Mm-hmm.
Forced labor?
Keep on, because that's just the first part. Then wait till you get to see where he can take your water, check your water down.
Okay, let's go to it. Let's go to it. Most will voluntarily self-incarcerate in order to avoid starvation for both them and their families. The following excerpts from Executive Order 13603 will be enacted. Third World Population Control. Using food as one of the primary weapons. I keep telling people, Mr. Louis Farrakhan has been talking about growing our own.
Pretty much confirms that this is going to be a FEMA camp.
Hi, I'm Janet Napolitano, Secretary of the Department of Homeland Security. Homeland Security begins with hometown security. That's why I'm pleased that Walmart is helping to make our communities more safe and secure. If you see something suspicious in the parking lot or in the store, say something immediately. Report suspicious activity to your local police or sheriff. If you need help, ask a Walmart manager.
Walmart has struck a deal with the U.S. government, hiring 130,000 reserve, active duty, and veterans in the United States over the past 3 years. A massive force of highly trained and skilled soldiers. It's an odd fact, because recently they just fired thousands of regular workers and closed 269 stores because of financial problems.
Reporting from the Springdale Walmart, or the closed down Walmart in Ohio. I want people to notice I'm on the back side of the compound, and this wire runs a lot farther than just the old Walmart. It wraps all the way up around David's Bridal. That part, that peak right there there coming up right in the center, in the front of the building, that's in the bushes, is a cop.
So if they put certain things in place, they can easily modify it on the fly, having sort of a portable tower.
Alright, thank you for your time. Now you see, now these are people who have been taking with their personal cameras, videos and stuff of these Walmarts with military vehicles on them. I've seen tents when I drove by. So this is not nothing fake. I drove by these Walmarts and I didn't really think much of it. I'm like, oh, something must have happened with that Walmart or whatever. I must have really been going through some stuff. Then I noticed there was a lot of Walmarts, so that's what's putting two and two together. Now, I do realize on these videos that a lot of these had vehicles that said Homeland Security on it, right? Right? So, we get back to the Executive Order 13603, right? Now, going further into the situation with FEMA and Homeland Security, I also came across some other videos that were showing that they were building tunnels underground where people that were living around these Walmarts was hearing loud booms, like boom, boom. And, so, you know, digging further, you can search this on the internet, that there's contractors slash whistleblowers of these contract companies that state that they are building tunnels underground, connecting these Walmarts. They're building like almost a city underground. And to go further into it, I came across that a lot of these Walmarts are starting to build, I guess on the property, like buildings, looking like actually like little mini prisons. Now, this goes back to the Section 8, the first video. So you got to understand, they taking people on Section 8. So what are they going to do with them? The biggest problem about the Section 8 is not the Section 8 itself, it's the fact that it costs taxpayers money. You understand what I'm saying? And they're not being an asset to this corporation of America. Just like any corporation, if you're not an asset, you got to get rid of you. Or the shareholders and the CEOs and stuff, they're going to get together and going to talk about how we're going to get, you know, change a negative into a positive. We got to make people assets. And, you know, if you look on your, matter of fact, if you look on your birth certificate, it says that you are a walking organic bond. That's what you are to this company. A lot of people don't know that. You know, everybody's life, I think, is supposed to be worth like $750,000 to the United States government. So at this point, you're either going to be profitable or they're going to get rid of you, meaning that you're going to be a slave for the government. They're going to make money on you. They're going to give you, don't get it twisted, they're going to give you housing. They're going to give you food. They're going to give you all that they're doing now, but guess what? You're going to work. If you're capable, you're going to be working. That's just what it is. So you people right now that's on Section 8, you need to work or get the hell out of that situation, because keep being dependent on the government. This is going to be you. You're going to be living on Fema Camps at potentially some of these Walmarts. You understand what I'm saying? Now you got to understand, if you look at what's going on in the media and what has been going on in the media, you notice a lot of these red flags, like a lot of these shootings, right? The Orlando shooting, these universities and colleges, people have been shooting and killing each other like with these guns. And right now they're trying to pass these gun laws that take guns from us. You got to understand that. Why are they trying to do that? Now, this Executive Order 13603, they say with a national disaster, or that they're able to implement this if a national disaster or some type of serious situation like martial law was to happen, right? So you got to understand what they're trying to do. Like right now, at least they've been busy. You know, you've been taught in history about, you know, the conquest and the Crusaders and you know, the Europeans, how they just went across and used divide and conquer to take over different countries and invade and do what they got to do. And we're still to that today. They still divide and conquering us. Like, you got to look, we got all these religions. Christians don't like Muslims. Muslims don't like. But you got to understand, the fuel behind that is these Jews, these elites that are running the world. They're keeping us so confused, fighting each other, that we can't even pay attention to what they're doing. So that's how they're controlling us. They got all these religions. Everybody hates each other's religion. You got They trying to start the race wars with the Black Lives Matter. You got to say the Black Lives Matter, one of the biggest contributors to it, and one of the heads of it is a Jewish motherfucker. Like, that's just what it is. Like, look it up. Google it. You got to see what they're doing. They're trying to put white and black against us with the Ku Klux Klan. And you know, they out there making these rallies at the Black Lives Matter. You got to understand, if they stop slavery, this country has the power to do whatever they want to do. They can stop or be more of a bigger impact on racism. Right? If you can stop slavery, and the South didn't want it stopped, but they still stopped it, but yet you still got the Ku Klux Klan in 2017 still rallying at Trump rally. Why is that even happening? The Black Panthers, when they was in their prime back in the day, they tried to make them look like bad guys, but now they were just fighting for equality, but they still dismantled them back then. They had the power to do so, but they won't dismantle the Ku Klux Klan? That's because that's part of their agenda. They keeping the blacks against each other, so some racist whites hate blacks and vice versa. So you took care of that group. Then you got the religious group fighting against each other. Now you got people who want guns or don't want guns, but the government wants to take away the guns because in order to push the martial law, what they trying to do with the race war, and it's not working too well, now they're going to take Section 8, right? So you're going to have a whole bunch of people that's going to be hungry. They ain't going to do nothing about it. What they're going to do is make us go through some troublesome times. People are going to start getting robbed or whatever the case may happen, right? So we're going to be asking the government for help. This is how they do. This is the trick. Oh, okay. Well, we're going to designate martial law, right? Now, to effectively push martial law, you have to push gun control, right? You have to disarm the public. You understand what I'm saying? So with all these false flags, and they're false flags, and I don't care what nobody say, they're false flags because of the fact that you see all of these people dying in Orlando shooting, right? And if you do some research on that, you'll find out from people that was in there, that was in interviews, it was like, how did the FBI know them just show up so fast like that? You know what I'm saying? And they shut everything down. You don't see none of the parents or none of the family members crying about this stuff, or just like the black guy that they had on live that shot. Okay, he did shoot that one guy. He's an idiot. They killed him, whatever. But they say he killed like 10 or 11 something other people. But where are the families that we didn't see no other families and the people? Like, what happened to them? No one heard nothing, right? But you gotta understand, in order to push this agenda to get these bills passed, that's what they do. You know what I'm saying? That's what they do. And I think it's kind of odd. If you Google, you'll see FEMA purchase $1.6 billion worth of ammunition. Excuse me there. I'm not used to writing on stuff. $1.6 billion worth of ammunition. Google it. It's a fact. Why would they do that? Right? We're not talking about military. We're talking about FEMA / Homeland Security purchased $1.6 billion of ammunition. Now, to go even further, something's up. You guys need to wake up. Listen to what I'm talking about. Don't let me lose you. Do your research. I've done my research. I'm doing this for the people, for the masses. We are the power. The people is power. $1.6 billion worth of ammunition. You understand what I'm saying? Now, they also spent another $1 billion plus in coffins. Now, these coffins can hold up to 5 to 7 people. You think I'm bullshitting? $1.6 billion worth of ammunition, $1 billion plus in coffins that'll fit 5 to 7 people. Google it. Let me tell you something. I'm starting to put the puzzle together. If you remember Jesse Ventura, he used to be a wrestler, WWF. I used to watch wrestling when I was young, growing up. Jesse the Body Ventura, he went to be governor of, I forgot what state it was. And then he came out with this, like, TV show. I guess, like, debunking certain things or calling out things with the government when he was going around. And he found these FEMA camps. I want you guys to Google Jesse Ventura FEMA Camp. FEMA coffins. FEMA had purchased a whole bunch of coffins, and truck drivers were bringing in loads of coffins. Why would they do that? Coffins are for dead people. Why would you spend, okay, if this is just some BS or whatever they're doing, but why would you spend over $1 billion on coffins that hold 5 to 7 people per coffin? You understand what I'm saying? Google this. Look it up. They're not going to tell you about this on the news. Matter of fact, just sit tight. I'm going to put some other videos up real quick of these coffins and stuff. Hold on.
There's 100 at that time. He said there was 125,000 there. They were stacked. He told me 15 high. And by the narrow road that we were going in on next to this field, we flagged down the pickup truck, and it was providential that the driver of this pickup truck turned out to be the son of the man that owned this field. So naturally, we started asking him questions. And he told us that not long ago, there had been as many as 500,000 of these grave liners or disposable coffins. We asked him for permission if we could look around, and he said yes. So we did.
We're just getting an idea for the size of these boxes.
Yep, that's what I'm talking about right there. You see that? Those are the videos right there. Coffins. I'm not BSing. Google this stuff up. What I'm going to also do is put some links down at the bottom. Just, to make it a lot easier, asking for everybody that's sitting through the whole video, that actually care about their families, my AKA truth seekers out there. And, it's another, that's what this channel is all about, is putting the truth out there and debunking on this bullcrap. I always do my research. And if I'm wrong about anything, and anybody sees something or wants to add to this beef, feel free to go ahead and flood the comments with other things and, or correcting some things, you know what I'm saying? I'm just, I'm a busy guy. I research stuff, I read a lot, during my spare time, and then I go do what I got to do to take care of my family. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead and, like I said, go ahead and comment, feel free, have open dialogue amongst one another, and from time to time, I respond when I can to things, but just keep it respectful. Everybody respect everybody, but yeah, you go through all of that. We living life here, doing what we trying to do with citizens and stuff, and the government is doing bull crap like this. You know what I'm saying? They're not communicating with the people, and we're the reason why they exist. We the ones who got the power. We the ones paying taxes. Imagine if all of us was just to stop working for like 2 weeks. It can be a good or a bad thing. Maybe the government will start listening to us, respecting us, or it'll really make the government fold, and I don't know. But we got to figure something out, people. We got to figure something out, because this executive order, again, executive order 13603. Everything, you got Section 8, you got gun control. This is all together. Guns control. You got the coffins. I mean, this is all tied together. Then you got these dirty ass central bankers, and then you got, at the top of the pyramid, you got the bankers. That's the Rothschilds and all of them, and the Rockefellers and all them, the Rothschilds. The Rockefellers, they at the top of all this. I should have put them up there. But they're controlling this country. The presidents are nothing but dummies. There's a reason why we have presidents every 4 years. Because they're nothing but puppets. You know what I'm saying? They get money as far as campaign money. They get books. They get all this type of stuff. They get 200-something thousand a year from government, whatever, which is nothing compared to the other stuff that they get. They're nothing but puppets to push their agenda. That whole Republican Democratic thing, this shit right here It's bullshit. They know they're gonna pick who the hell that they wanna, whoever is basically gonna be the better puppet. That's who's gonna win that election. That's just what it comes down to at the end of the day. They finance and own this shit. Just like the wars, like World War II, World War I. It's all financed. It was financed. They financed the countries and shit. Where the money come from? These motherfuckers. If we go into a war, United States government, the USA, you know we ain't got no money. We in debt. Why are we going to war? Guess what's gonna happen? We're gonna borrow from these bankers. Just like that dollar that you got, that little American dollar, right? If you notice on the bottom it says Federal Reserve note. That's how they trick you. They say federal. That's to mess you up. Only sheep will think that it's owned by the government. Federal Reserve note, no. The Federal Reserve is owned by these bankers, the central banks, like the little Wells Fargos and the stuff. They answer to the central banks. They just little men. They answer to them. You know what I'm saying? This Federal Reserve note is backed by these bankers. So the American can borrow all the much money that they want, print all the money that they want. They charge interest back. And guess who pays the interest? We do. It's called inflation. That's why the value of our dollar is getting smaller and smaller and smaller. Because I think something I was reading that our dollar is like, for like 50 years ago or something like that, like the actual value of our dollar is actually like 20 cents or some shit like that. Like 80 cents on a dollar is just fucking interest. We're working paying taxes to the government to pay these motherfuckers back. This is where our tax dollars are going. And then at the same time, we give the motherfuckers on Section 8 and all the other bullshit. You know what I'm saying? We're just going to keep it going. But this stuff is jacked up. Like, we're living in nothing but a perpetual just debt. It's never going to end. It's a lie. Every year you see these potential candidates having debates. Oh, this is how I'm going to get us out of debt. This is how, you ever notice they talk about the same shit every time? You can't. As long as you keep borrowing, that Iraq war really jacked us up. These central bankers, you got to understand, all right, the bombing in Syria that happened, yada, yada, yada. You got to understand, don't quote me on this. I'm probably getting it wrong, so I already know in the comments you're going to go crazy. I know, North Korea, Cuba, Russia, and I think Syria, right? If I'm not mistaken. Now, let me tell you something. I'm running out of space here. Then we just had a war with Iraq, right? Alright, we had a war with Iraq, right? They didn't have a central bank established. Now, remember when they said something like, oh yeah, we went in there. What they always do is they get an excuse, right? Saddam Hussein didn't want to comply with this new world. I'm going to do a video on the NWO. You know what? I'm going to just start right here. I'm going too deep. I'm going way too deep. The New World Order. And basically the reason why I put these here, these are some of the last few countries that don't have a central bank established by them, that they can't control. In order to do a New World Order, you got to control all the money. That means you got to control all the countries. These are some of the last countries. I think it's a total of 5 of them. But I know, Sarah, we just went in there. They already established this country right here. They stole all the gold and put their own little type of government in there and put their central banks. They bombed the hell out of them. You know what I'm saying? Why you think they let their refugees come in? Every time America does something fucked up, what they do? They say sorry. They let them come into the country. Just like they did with the Indians. They gave them land. That's how they do. They fucked up, right? Now, they laying, they got bad ties with Putin and Russia. They ain't got no central bank. Cuba, remember, they sat down. Obama went down there to have a meeting with them. That's what they do. They go down there and try to make little treaties and break them or whatever. Try to talk their way into the establishment of these central banks, but that don't happen, right? And then, it's still not official yet, so we probably will go to war with them. In North Korea, if you notice, these two big powerhouses right here, Russia and North Korea, they don't have their central banks established by the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers and all that. So, of course, we beefing with them. We beefing with them. So until this country gets on their way with them, they're either gonna comply, they're either gonna get down and lay down, they're either gonna comply with some bullshit treaty that the U.S. is gonna stab them in the back on like they always do, like just like they did with the Indians, or they're gonna go to war and fuck them up. They didn't take their shit. It's extortion. That's what they do. But again, like I said, do your research. I'm gonna have the links below about Executive Order 13603. I apologize, a little sloppy, whatever. I don't normally do this, but I feel like, you know, people need to know what's really going on. Just do your homework before you start saying, no, do your homework. Google Executive Order 13603. Google about the Rothschilds. Google about the Section 8, the gun control, the Fema Camps, the COFFINS, the Walmarts. Just Google it. This stuff's on YouTube. It's on the internet. Just go ahead and Google it, you know. If you made it this far, I want to thank everybody for coming to my channel and viewing this. But hit that subscribe button down there and just throw a like. And also, I got a link to Patreon and to support the channel to get better equipment and stuff like this. You know, I got this little camera. It ain't the greatest quality, but you know, I'm doing what I can do to keep me doing this stuff because it takes a lot of time. You know, I do research and I want to share it with everybody. Knowledge is power. Remember that. You know what I'm saying? But heading on out, like I said, subscribe and like at the bottom. If you can't donate, that's cool. At least just drop a subscribe and like. Yo, just look out. That's it. Bing, bing. I'll be happy with that. Bing, bing. Like, subscribe. Boom. That's it. Keep me doing this. Keep me motivated. But, you know, peace to all y'all. You know, we all one. It don't matter. Stop all this division. We all one. You know what I'm saying? We got to work together. There's a bigger threat out there to all of us. You know what I'm saying? But, again, this is your boy Mel with Truth 101. And for all my truth seekers out there, peace. I'm out. And I'll see you next time.